Extended waves. Usually, one of the motif waves, 1, 3, or 5, extends further into another 5-wave pattern. At this point, instead of only 5 waves, we can expect with additional moves to have in total a 9-wave structure in the market. This type of movements we will call extended waves. You need to remember that only one wave from waves 1, 3, and 5 can become extended, so don't try to label 2 or all 3 waves as extensions. Usually, wave 3 has the best chance to become extended. For every leg of the extended wave, you have the exact number of subwaves you can spot on the smaller timeframes. Inside waves 1, 3, and 5, we are going to find a smaller motif pattern. And in waves 2 and 4, we are going to find the smaller corrections. We are going to find the exact number of subwaves also in extended wave. Inside smaller 1, 3, and 5, we are going to find the motif pattern, and in smaller 2 and 4, we are going to find the corrections. Extended waves appear due to high volatility in the market, and since we know trading is always going to attract more people, you need to expect a lot of extended waves in your charts, especially in the forex and stock markets. We need to follow the same 3 rules for extended waves as we had for impulsive waves. Rule number 1. Wave 2 never falls below the starting point of the wave 1. Wave 3 is often the longest wave, but never the shortest of the waves 1, 3, and 5. Wave 3 can be shorter than wave 1 or wave 5, but can't be shorter than both waves. Rule number 3, we can't enter wave 2 territory. Now, let's take a look at a few examples. This is the chart of the Euro-Aussie on the weekly time frame. And start looking for a motif pattern from the bottom to the top, because trend over here is clearly the uptrend. Now, I label this as extended wave. I think that a lot of people would have a slight problem with this because you would probably label the purple wave 1 as your starting point. But if you start counting for how much waves you have in the wave 1, you would get the 3 waves only, and that's not according to rules. Wave 1 needs to have a 5 smaller waves, and over here we have a 3. So if we continue to count, we will see that we have 1 at the blue wave 1 end, 2 at the wave 2 end, 3 at the purple wave 1, 4 at the purple wave 2, 5 at the purple wave 3, 6 at the purple wave 4, 7 at the purple wave 5, 8 at the purple wave 4, and 9 at the end of the blue wave 5. So in total, we have 5 smaller waves. And the best way to fit motif pattern over here would be to go and call the wave 3 extended pattern. But let's go and check all the rules. Rule number 1, wave 2 needs to hold above the starting point of the wave 1. This was perfect. After that, the blue wave 3 was the strongest wave. That rule was also fine. And the wave 4 needs to remain above the starting point of the wave 2. Now, since we have 5 more waves, we need to go and check all the rules again. So, wave 2 purple needs to hold above the starting point of the wave 1. In this case, that was correct. Wave 3 purple is also the strongest wave of the waves 1, 3, and 5. And for sure, it's not the shortest, so that's all we need. And the final rule we need to check is that purple wave 4 needs to remain above the territory of the wave 2. Now we have everything proved, so we can move on and we can say to ourselves, okay, this is a perfect extended wave. Here on the chart of the dollar CAD, we can see another example of extended move to the upside. Now, To be sure that we are correct, we need to check how much waves we can see from the bottom to the top. Just by looking from the bottom, we can see 5 smaller waves in the wave 1 red, pullback in the wave 2. After it, we have a nice 5-wave move in the red wave 3, and that gives us in total for now what? It gives us 7 waves. After that, we have a pullback in the red wave 4 and a push higher in the red wave 5. So in total right now, we have 9 waves. This is another example where we can see extended wave 3. And usually from 10 pairs where you are going to see extended wave, wave 3 is going to be the one that's going to look extended. This is okay for now, but we need to go and check the rules. Rule number 1 is that wave 2 needs to remain above the starting point of the wave 1. So we are going to start with the red wave 2. After that, wave 3 cannot be the shortest wave of the waves 1, 3, and 5, and here we can clearly see that that's not the case, at least in the red wave 3. The third rule is that wave 4 needs to remain above the territory of the wave 2, and that's also true. But we have 5 more waves, so we need to check the same rules again on the smaller green waves. So if we go, we can see that green wave 2 hold it above the starting point of the wave 1. We can see that a green wave 3 was bigger than the wave 1 and also bigger from the wave 5. That's also correct. And the green wave 4 hold it above the territory of the wave 2. So right now we can go and tell to ourselves we have a perfect extended wave, and we could expect to see a 3-wave move pullback after that. Final pair that we are going to look today from this group would be the Euro-CAD, and over here we can see a strong bearish move where we could potentially find a nice extended wave. Now we need to go and prove that we are correct in this. So if we start from the top over here, we can see 9 waves developing from the top to the bottom. And again, over here, wave 3 is going to be extended wave. Now, what we need to do is go and check the rules. The rules are again going to be the same. Wave 2 needs to hold below the starting point of the wave 1. Wave 3 cannot be the shortest wave, and in this case, that's correct. Wave 4 needs to remain below the starting point of the wave 2, so we cannot enter the territory. And after it, we need to check the same rules for the extended wave 3, because that is the wave from waves 1, 3, and 5, where we can see additional 5-wave move. So wave 2 yellow, hold it below the starting point of the wave 1, wave 3 was more or less equal to the wave 1, but if we compare the wave 3 and the wave 5, we can see that the wave 3 was the bigger than the wave 5, so in this case we are at least sure that wave 3 is not the shortest from the waves 1, 3, and 5, and inside of wave 5 we can see a nice ending diagonal pattern, so we are going to say this rule is also valid. The final rule is that wave 4 needs to hold below the starting point of the wave 2, and here we got that correct. So we are going to look for this move to the downside as some sort of extended wave. And after a 5-wave move, or better say in this case after a 9-wave move, we can expect a 3-wave move pullback at least, because we are ending one motive pattern with a 9-wave moves. Quick tip: the strongest volatility in the market will come after important fundamental events. Usually after important news, we'll see strong spikes in the market, so that is the perfect time when you are going to see extended waves.